What's up, Taurus? Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to your tarot reading. Welcome to my tarot channel. Please hit that like button now so you don't forget later. Come into this reading with an open heart and an open mind is what I always ask of you guys. Let's see. If the messages that come through do not resonate, do push them aside. You may want to assume they're going out to someone else who needs to hear them, and the material may just resonate for you at a later time or date. So again, be open to that. You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. This is optional advice, guidance, and energy check-in. That being said, we're going to set the intention to get Taurus some clear, helpful, insightful messages wherever they are on their spiritual path right now. So let's do it. Let's do it for Taurus. I hope you guys are doing well. Taurus. So what's coming up in past events and how is it impacting them presently? Past events. 10 of Cups. Ooh, Taurus. Not a bad way to start the reading. And then presently, what's going on with that? Ace of Wands. All right, so some sort of major win it's almost like a domino effect. You may feel like you finally accomplished some sort of goal or reached some sort of goal. A door was opened for you, but now it's presenting you with like more doors. And if that makes sense, it's like one opportunity opened up, and then because of that, immersing yourself in this new opportunity or accepting the role, being in this relationship, it's actually posing you with a lot more questions. That being said, it's not necessarily bad, but it's like, okay, well, now I have to figure out a game plan. I got to take action on more things. Some of you, it feels like you're falling in love in a deep, passionate way. Some of you finally got to be intimate with the person that you've been dating or hanging out with, and it was fire. Ace of Wands. All right, that's for some of you. Again, this could be a major win career-wise. This could be a raise. This could be a promotion. This could be really happy news with a family member who is struggling with some sort of illness or battle, or I don't know. There's like an elation. It's like jumping up and down, screaming and shouting. Taurus, you're like, me? I don't know. That's not me. Just wait. No, I mean, honestly, though, this is past events, so in theory, you probably already know what this is, or it's happening imminently, So how is Taurus feeling? King of Swords, okay, and what are they thinking? So you're being, this doesn't even make sense to me, but I'm going to say it anyway. It's like you're being emotionally strategic. That's what I get with the King of Swords. And then your ambitions, your plans, Three of Pentacles. Okay, love that, because you literally have a great card of planning and practicality, sort of teamwork, bringing all the minds together in the section that has to do with sort of like game plans and goals. So I love that the Three of Pentacles is showing up. Again, the word strategy is coming through very, very strong here. You have a Mars in Capricorn card, which I believe Mars is currently in Capricorn when I'm recording this. I may have to triple check on that. But anyway, Mars is a planet that is all about action, energy, striving forward, trailblazing, feeling inspired, using our enthusiasm to really like move forward, right? It's an aggressive planet, but not in a bad way. It's like, all right, we got to roll up our sleeves and get some stuff done. And in Capricorn, it has to do with our job. It has to do with our livelihood. It has to do with our family plans, our land, our property, anything earthy, right? That kind of earthy material. So then in the emotions, I don't hate the King of Swords here. Ideally, I would like something a little bit more warm and fuzzy because, emotions by nature are supposed to be a little bit, feeling, of the feeling nature. King of Swords needs to process his emotions through his mind a little bit more. That being said, this King of Swords looks very approachable to me. Sometimes the King of Swords can be a little bit harsh or aggressive or kind of like intimidating, like tells you the truth even if it's going to really burn to hear that truth. This is a little bit more like approaching something gingerly. And here's the thing, the King of Swords is going to tell it. The King of Swords, a high vibe King of Swords, is not going to lie. He's going to point out the elephant in the room. He's going to be like, hey, the emperor has no clothes on, right? Even again, if it causes some waves or makes people a little uncomfortable, he's got to say it. That being said, especially coming off of like this recent high or this recent energy of like elation or what feels really nice, I do feel like this is someone thinking about the future and what this chapter or this streak of blessings and good luck and joy, it's like, ooh, I want more of this, or I want to be around this person, or I want to ensure that this is my job long term. So how am I going to do that? Honestly, I like this so far. There's a lot of different scenarios coming up, but so this is so funny. I just heard like, who do I got to take out? Now, there's a couple meanings to that. I mean, take out like date, sure, maybe. Honestly, I heard it more in the term of like a gangster, because that's what this card is clearly showing, right? So this is with a wink, right? This is not serious. But I almost see that as, what do you need to sacrifice in your own life? What do you need to remove that is getting in the way of you pushing forward with your dreams? And the way it was kind of phrased to me, like, I want to be very clear, like, this is not literally taking someone out, okay? Please don't go there. This has to do with removing people from your life who are energy vampires, or for some of you, you may have met somebody recently that you're just like, this is my person, like Cinderella story. I want to be with them for the rest of my life. Whether that includes marriage or not, that's up to you, right? King of Swords kind of does things untraditionally. So he or she, whatever, might not be like, okay, immediately like marriage vows. They may be like, yeah, like I want to live with this person for the rest of my life. Let's but maybe we don't have to put it in a contract. It could be something like that. For some of you, you have an ex that is still kind of in the peripheries, in the ethers. I don't know how you want to say it. You may have an ex that still kind of hits you up on occasion. Here's the thing. I think it is something that you guys decided to be friends, and I don't think you are romantically interested in them anymore. Ooh, that just broke the crosswatcher's heart. I felt that. And yeah, they're probably watching this going, oh shit, Taurus is really moving on from me. So again, that's for some of you, but I do think it's saying you need to be very clear and certain about what you want so that the universe can help you manifest this. There seems like an amazing opportunity here for you, no matter what category or area of life this is. And you do need to be strategic about the planning, but I also think there's a message here of where do you need to cut out or sacrifice or eliminate things, or specifically people that you might be working with that it's just, they're not good, they're not bad, they're not helping you grow. If anything, there's like, I'm hearing the word tether. It's like there's a pulling back to the past when this is very much like future oriented. And so yeah, there could be I'll be honest, Taurus, there could be like a friends with benefits situation, and then you meet this person and you're like, I don't want any more of that like side thing. There could also, again, be a situation where you dated someone, you decided to be friends, you guys still text on occasion, and like, it's warm, maybe, it's friendly, or for some of you, it's not. It's very like, hey, and you're just like, I'm not going to answer that text. Like, it's, I don't know. There is still some sort of communication with possibly an ex for some of you, and the universe is saying, do you need that anymore? Because like, I'm setting you up with something really good here. So like, show me that you're ready and willing to accept the good one by sort of energetically detaching from the other extra piece, if that makes sense. Okay, so if anything, what is holding Taurus back? Advice or guidance, something they are no longer needing? What are they leaning into? What do they need to release? I mean, I think I just told you, to be honest. That's sort of what I was getting. The Ten of Pentacles. Okay, so a reliance on family. Some of you may be stepping into a new chapter in your life, and this isn't for everybody, don't get me wrong. Where if you may have been over reliant on a parent who takes care of you financially, or if it's not that, for some of you it is. Sorry, I'm having trouble finding my words. Yeah, I'm just getting this idea of like your parent is still paying for like your car, or your parent is still paying for and again, like this doesn't have to happen overnight. You have high tens, which I really like, but yeah, okay, here's what it is. Thank you. It's being overly reliant on other people's income to provide, I'm hearing the word means, in your life, if that makes sense. I think it has to do with stepping up and taking more of an active role in your own finances. And if you're not borrowing money from people, maybe it just has to do with budgeting yourself better. There could be a lot of money being spent on something, and you're being asked to maybe pare that down a little bit. So if there is a bigger expense in your future, like a wedding or moving into a new house with your person, like you have sort of that safety net. Taurus, you're pretty good with money for most of you, right? So I feel kind of silly giving you advice and guidance on money. But yeah, I mean, in terms of what's holding you back, you do have Ten of Pentacles. So straight up, this is typically something to do with family, history, legacy, our dynamics in a parent-child stuff, grandfather, grandmother, whatever. A family unit, so something to do with family stuff may be holding you back. Maybe there's responsibilities owed to your family, or maybe you are being suffocated by family and you need to distance yourself in order to get this kind of, passionate, fiery, romantic relationship to thrive. It's like, yeah, we can't be taking mom on all our dates with us. It could be something like that. If it's not that, again, it has to do with big money stuff, inheritance, loans, finances, payouts, overspending, saving pennies for a rainy day, something like that. For some of you, and I don't mean to complicate it. I feel like I should look at this, but I gotta finish my thought. I don't mean to overcomplicate it, but for some of you, it's the opposite. If it's not overspending, it's being almost miserly with money, to the point where it might be a little bit off-putting, because it could be like, you know, your person wants to go on like a little mini weekend getaway with you, and it's going to be so romantic, and we're going to go to the spa, and we're going to get a hotel, and you're just like, it's just too expensive, you know, it's just not practical. And so here's the thing. I think you're right to look at the details of like, is it going to be worth it? But for some of you, it's almost showing this person like an investment that you have in the relationship as like an energy. It's like an energy form. It has nothing to do with like the give me money thing. For some of you, it's just like your person is so excited to hang out with you and do something, you know, maybe King of Swords, like shake it up, do something different, do something interesting. And you may be a little bit more conservative in that approach. You may be a little bit more like, yeah, it's maybe like you're saving too many pennies for a rainy day. And so for some of you, you're going to have to choose what storyline makes sense for you. It could be like, you know, maybe you roll the dice. Maybe you spend an extra $200 this weekend and you have a really good time with your person. Like, you know, it could be something like that. But yeah, I mean, plans wise, you do seem to be looking at money. You seem to be looking at goals, long-term plans, visions, projects, you know, something at work. You may be giving a presentation. Yeah, anyway. The Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, I think for some of you, this has to do with being a little bit more lenient with your spending, or I know I gave you two completely contradictory messages, guys. Sorry. I don't usually do that, but that doesn't escape me, because with this Ten of Pentacles, it's different for some of you. Some of you, it's like you're expecting the handout. It's like, give me money. It makes me think of that, what's her name? Jenny, what's her name on Parks and Rec? With John Ralphio, money please. It's like you want other people to pay for you. And yeah, no, I'm not gonna say that. I was gonna make it a gender thing, but I'm not going to, because it could go either way. Again, self-accountability for paying for your own life, right? Others of you, it's this idea, it's not necessarily that you're being asked to pay for your partner's expenses on this like little honeymoon weekend getaway. Again, it's like, meet me halfway. Like, I want to do this, you know, we'll split the gas, we'll do this, whatever. And for others of you, it's a little bit like, yeah, like it would be okay to invest in this relationship and show this person that you do have feelings. Because here's the thing, you may not be aware of this, Taurus. Even though I think for most of you on the inside, you're like tickled pink, you're like elated, you're like, oh my God, this is my person, this is my, you know, ideal job situation, whatever it is, you come off as very just like, oh, hello. Like, you're not showing your reaction. You have a very good poker face here. So if you do feel something about this person, I would maybe let them know. And I mean, some of you, they already do know, but I think this is a gentle reminder to emote a little bit more. You know, by default, earth signs are opposed by water, so sometimes they don't come off as the most emotional people, even if that's not an accurate representation, right? So I'm just putting it out there. Okay, so what is going to help Taurus move forward? Is there any advice, guidance, what they need to embrace, what they should take advantage of, how to find their willpower, whatever? Advice, action for Taurus. Thank you. The Nine of Wands. Yeah, maybe put your guard down. Oh, okay. No. For some of you, again, this is healthy boundaries with family. There could be like a very domineering or controlling parent dynamic, mother, father, even maybe siblings. They want to know everything about you. They want all the tea. They want to know, well, who is he and what's his last name and what does he do and where is he from and when are we going to meet his family? And it's like this, nope, like this is my business, this is your business, and there's a nice little definition of a line right here. Some of you, it's separating. And again, it's not saying you have to like completely eliminate people from your life, but for some of you, there is like some sort of interference. And I don't necessarily get cheating energy. Again, I get a story or a scenario with either a friend who's a little bit jealous and it's like they want to know the tea, but they're not like, oh my God, like I'm so excited for you, like congrats on your new relationship. They're kind of like, so like, where'd you meet him? But it's very like kind of drilling you with questions, but there's almost like a judgy energy. There's a little bit of like a mean girl energy. If it's not a friend, again, it has to do with an ex that you're still kind of in contact with. And for 90% of you, if that makes sense, you broke up with them and they're still kind of hitting you up to be like, hey, I miss you. I hope you're doing well. And you're just like, yeah, I'm doing great, thanks. Like you're not into it, but you're still kind of connected. So again, something about putting up walls or boundaries, and honestly, the greater picture here is showing that the universe that you can separate the two, because in a good way, it's like you're different people depending on who you're with. You know, you're someone's child, but then you're also someone's parent, and then you're someone's girlfriend or you're whatever, someone's boyfriend or whatever. it's like having better definition and compartmentalizing, maybe, is that the right word? Certain parts of your life and aspects of who you are. Not as a way to disguise it. It's just allowing things to breathe. It's almost like we're trying to get these embers to go, like these passionate flames. You met your person and you're in love, and like you want to go off and have sex with them and all this, and like when your mom and dad are in the next room, like, honey, are you coming downstairs? You can't really do that, right? So it's like we got to give this the best chance, the best possible chance it can have to breathe and thrive and grow. And for you, that means setting healthy boundaries. Okay, others of you, 10 of Pentacles and this whole storyline with money, this could also be, which makes more sense to me than what I was saying earlier, this could also be like a tad of like workaholic syndrome. Like you may need to separate yourself from doing X amount of hours a week so that, again, you can tend to this relationship and make sure it grows and thrives, in which case it's like healthy work-life balance. Setting healthy boundaries that's really, it's going to help you achieve success. That's what it's for. All right. Hopes, dreams, wishes. What is Taurus hoping to get out of this scenario, please? Hopes, dreams, wishes for Taurus. The moon. I think this is not what I would typically say for the moon, but I think this is like a nice little like getaway with your person. I think this is leaning into like romance and wine and dine, and again, like kind of spending time with your person. And I'm hearing romancing, like cuddling. If this is a work opportunity, that's not going to make sense literally, but again, it's this idea of like whatever you feed and nurture will grow. So for some of you, that's a romantic relationship. For some of you, it's, again, this huge work opportunity, but you have to put in like, here's the thing, it's not even the blood, sweat, and tears. You've already done that. This is like, are you able to sit now and enjoy it and be present in it because it's finally arrived to you? The moon also says to me something that you've kind of been wishing and dreaming and hoping on, like hopeless romantic, wish upon a star type vibes. It's like, metaphorically, you were looking at it through a telescope at one point, and now it's like you see it around you. Like it's literally around you. So there isn't this long distant dreaming of it. And so I think the universe is saying, now that it's arrived to you, are you prepared to quote unquote handle it? Are you prepared to immerse yourself in it and be in it and almost like respect it? I think that too, it's like there's a form of respect that comes with if you are in this new relationship. And I'm sorry I keep using this metaphor, but that's just what I keep getting. And your person is like, let's take a road trip this weekend. Let's go here. Let's do that. Let's see this concert. Let's see that band we've always wanted to see. It's like, are you really going to say no? It's like you've been dreaming about this for so long, and now that it's here to you, it's like, I don't know, is that financially responsible? Like King of Swords and Three of Pentacles, like this needs a little bit more fire and water. You have it here, so it could be that your person has a lot of fire and water, and maybe you're more the air earth person. Maybe. I'm just guessing. And so I think it's awesome, like the idea of like opposites attract. I feel like you guys balance each other out in this beautiful way, but you also need to let this person have a little bit of an influence on you. I'm going to say it, Taurus, right? Something to do with singing or the voice or the throat. I mean, you guys kind of rule the throat chakra, right? Is that a thing? I think it is, yeah. Something to do with it. I don't know. You may have long-term goals, dreams, wishes about a Pisces or a Cancer. Outcome. What is the outcome for Taurus here? Thank you. That came right out. The Three of Wands, waiting for your ships to come in, and the High Priestess. Okay, so double down on the Cancerian energy. I don't know why. I kind of get marriage from this. Typically, I associate that more with the Hierophant, but I suppose, am I thinking about this correctly? I feel like the Hierophant and the High Priestess are like the quote-unquote divine pairing, right? The way the Emperor and the Empress are, they're kind of like a quote-unquote couple. And I don't mean that by gender, right? It's just sort of like the ranking of the cards, right? This could be same-sex couples included, right? I feel like this is knowing that there's a dawning or on the horizon is marriage or some sort of vow or some sort of commitment. Again, this has nothing to do with anything we've really said, although maybe it does, and I just don't know it as the reader. There could be news arriving about a mother figure or news arriving about a Cancerian. There could be news arriving about, for a lot of you, like overcoming some sort of illness. I feel like there's good news arriving medically, which that I'm starting to get into territory that is not my wheelhouse nor things I'm being told to say, so I'm gonna cut that there. But I do think it's a positive message, but it felt like that wanted to come out. So a lot of you, it's like you've been waiting to feel, I'll be honest, guys, like not for everybody, you know, romance and love and all that good stuff. It's complicated. Very rarely is it love at first sight, but for some of you, this kind of has that vibe. And then it's like, but then you start to second guess it. Like, is it too good to be true? You start putting up your defenses because, like, well, I don't want this person to get too close. Like, I don't want them to get any funny ideas that I'm going to marry them. And ironically, it's you're like, yeah, no, I absolutely want to like tie it down here. Interesting. Very interesting. Again, it doesn't have to be overnight success. It might not be love at first sight. Maybe with 10 of Cups, I mean, it does say this may have been a long time coming, and then there's some sort of win or victory. So maybe this is someone actually confiding in you that they have feelings for you too. In which case, again, this scenario of like, oh shit, well if that's true, I better not stop talking to my ex because it's gonna muddy the waters, so to say, right? You do have a lot of water sign energy here: Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. King of Swords could be a high vibe Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. In fact, let's throw some dice on it, and then we'll give you an oracle card and wrap this up. Taurus, this is a cool reading. I like it. I hope you do too. I hope I hit on some of your stuff. We took a lot of side routes with family dynamics. I don't know if that plays a role for any of you. All right, zodiac signs in this reading: Gemini, Cancer, Leo, and Capricorn. Love it. All right, oracle card for Taurus. The Spirit Animal Oracle, Colette Baron Reed. She just makes all the best decks, right? Like, everyone she makes is incredible. Yeah. That money must be nice. I think every tarot reader has at least one of her decks, if not all 20 or however many she's made. All right, here we go. That one's popping out. It's popping. Dear Spirit, bring a gentle touch. Yeah, I think maybe that's what this King of Swords needs. He's a little more gentle than the traditional King of Swords, but and I don't mean any offense about this, Taurus, I don't think you come off as soft and mushy as you think you do. Or some of you flat out know, you're like, yeah, no, that's not me. I'm not like the soft and mushy. But it's like, I don't know, especially if you're with a water sign, that's kind of needed. I'm just saying. All right, dear Spirit. I love that for you, though. Let's see. What does it say? Oh, okay. Bring a gentle touch. The time has come to be gentle and diplomatic when dealing with others. You may have found yourself in a situation where negotiations are necessary in order to reach your goal. Be mindful of the words you choose, but do not worry. Dear Spirit reminds you that you have the ability to be sure-footed and confident while showing humility and respect for others. You will find that your capacity for calm and grounded communication is heightened at this time. Follow the way of Dear Spirit and you will do well, gaining the respect of others and finding common ground that is pleasing to you. Remember that understanding others and their needs will be more powerful at this time than putting your own first. If you do that, you will be rewarded tenfold. There's that 10 of Cups. Look how happy they are. This with the Ace of Wands, this is like beautiful new beginnings. Good for you, Taurus. I love this reading. I feel like you've had a couple really good readings lately, so more power to you. If this isn't your story, I always say when the cards show up on the table, the energy is available to you, so lean into it, manifest it if you like what you hear, right? Okay, that's what I got for you. Guys, I'm trying to grow my channel, so if you could hit that like button, I would appreciate it. It helps me gain some traction on YouTube. It gets these messages out to people who might want to hear them or need to hear them. If you haven't already, I would invite you to subscribe to my channel. You could book a personal reading, leave a comment, leave an emoji. Anything you can do would be most welcomed and appreciated. Thank you for being here today, and I will see you soon for more tarot. Bye, Taurus.